Somebody no. Cool, yeah. Dude, my tax return came through this morning, which was nice.
That's always nice. I got mine.
Yeah, just
I got mine coming soon, hopefully. I don't love having a
yeah.
return, but
Well, fair.
I want to zero that shit out. But it's nice not having to owe. Like last year, I ended up owing a bunch of money last year, which sucked.
Yeah, I owed a little bit. Yeah, and there's just some bill that I just need to get paid off, like a dentist bill and two parking tickets, some dumb shit that I'm like, all right, nice. This will be this nice little extra cash.
Gotta get caught up on this.
So what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, speaking of,
We are.
I don't know what happened. I couldn't see you though before, so
Can you now?
yeah, I got you now.
Oh, okay, cool. You said speaking of money.
Yes, you have investment accounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like a lot of people are really with these tariffs coming in, the stock market dropped. So, if you do have some of your refund money, I would advise trying to squirrel a little bit of a way into your retirement accounts.
Yeah.
So, like I think it's dropped like 10% over the last 2 days. Like you don't have to like put it all in at once, but I would kind of just sprinkle a little bit because who knows? There's a lot of people that are the reaction to the tariffs are kind of all over the place. Some people are like, "Oh my God, we're gonna go into a crazy recession and it's just gonna be terrible. It's gonna ruin the economy. We're all gonna be in dire need." And then you have other people that are like, "Yeah, might be a little bit of short term pain. Net's going to be good, more beneficial for America in the long term." So it's like with anything, like you never actually know.
But yeah, then that's the thing is like I don't. It's too soon to tell, but I haven't been hearing too many positives. Just looking at like both sides of things, because it seems like the positives would be in like a long ass time, and it seems like in 4 years the thing could just change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I think if it's working, if it's kind of he could be really right about this or really wrong. Like I don't think tariffs have never really worked to how like economists think about it. They've never really worked in the past to,
Hmm.
I guess, make things cheaper. But there is a lot of like you look at supply chain issues and all that kind of stuff. Like that was a big issue in 2020 when the pandemic happened, right? Like people we couldn't manufacture
Yeah.
things, we couldn't get things. And so it's like, how do we bring manufacturing back? There's not a lot of ways. But I don't think you can just increase tariffs around the world, make everything more expensive. And then I think this leads into part two of Trump's plan to lower income taxes. Now, if they don't actually lower income the tax for everybody and everything just gets more expensive, then I don't think it works. But if we could flip it to where other countries are funding our government operations, which is how a business should be ran. Like basically what if you look at our government as a business as it is right now, which it is a business, that's how it should be run, right? And you look at all the citizens as employees, you're basically like if I was your boss and I was the company, like you'd be paying PSC to let you work there, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
If you think about it that way. So it's like, why not let the clients of PSC pay PSC so then you can actually bring in more of your income and you don't have to pay,
Yeah.
right? And so, but if so, I think in theory, like a lot of that could work and it could make sense, and it is going to provide more security to the United States, and we'll see. I mean, I think Trump's betting on some of these countries coming to the table and negotiating deals and stuff. And I think he's trying to strong arm a lot of countries. And so there's probably going to be some that it works out in our favor, and then there's going to be some where it probably doesn't. And I don't think anything's ever going to be as bad as what everybody thinks it's going to be, So I'm kind of looking at it, and it was interesting. I'm in the construction world and engineering world, and I was just looking at so Friday, like the S&P dropped like 6%. A lot of stocks were down even more. But like a lot of the home builder companies and like Top Build, what was the other one? IBP. So a lot of these, it's kind of like PSC, right? Your A lot of those type of like supply companies, product companies, home builders in the construction industry were all up pretty big, like 5 to 10%. So I'm like,
Yeah.
everything else is down, but our industries are good. So I'm kind of like, oh, I mean, if that's the
Yeah.
trade off, I guess I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know that some of our prices sort of going up at work, and to me, it just like I'm thinking of the plan of this. So we get to use tariff to raise the prices, so we build more stuff here. It's like okay, that's cool, but I feel like it just takes a long ass time to build a big ass like manufacturing plant. So it's just like, oh, this is going to be cool, guys, in like 20 years, and that just seems like a hard sell, as you're just seeing like the prices go up. But is
There's
that like the essential like plan? Is that like the goal of tariffs essentially?
Yeah, the goal of tariffs like is to fund government operations via like trade, right? And so, hey, we manufacture stuff here, we sell to you and all of that. And then at the same point, if you're selling stuff into our country, then you have to pay a certain tax basically to sell
Mm-hmm.
goods here. Which it's funny because people are up in arms, but that's just because people have gotten so used to America funding every other country. Like
Yeah.
I think I remember Elon was talking about how like he when he first wanted to sell Teslas in China, and they're like, "No, you have to build your cars in China, but in order to sell cars in China." Like
Uh,
he wasn't allowed to sell. They're like, "You'll never sell cars in China unless you build a factory here." And so it's not really that obscure. We just have been funding. Like
right.
we fund like everything. And while I think as Americans we want to help people and like sure, that's fine. Like I want the citizens of Europe to be well off. Sure. But then you start looking at all the problems on the home front, and then inflation's getting crazy, and you have all these natural disasters and all this stuff, and then our government isn't able to help these people when we have so much money going overseas. Like, forget all of the like war stuff, like, not even that.
Yeah.
It's just like everything else. You want to be able to support your own country first. And you're not necessarily saying like, fuck those other countries, but in a way, you kind of are, right? It's like you can't help somebody else until you've like worked on yourself and helped yourself. It's like, if we're good and we've got extra, all right, let's spread the wealth. But we're not at that point now. And I
Yeah,
think,
and
go ahead.
it's just so weird that we've been doing it this way for so long. Like if they would have created this in the 80s, then we did have more plants here and stuff. That would make sense. But now that we're just changing it, it's just such a new thing that you're seeing the effects immediately.
Yeah, I was gonna look up when did income tax.
Like I wish we could go back in time and do this. You know what I mean?
So so here's the problem. This is the downside of the presidential term limits, right?
Yeah.
Is because if you get somebody in who not everybody's going to like every president, but if you get somebody in who's got a plan that takes more than 4 years to implement, like you you switch gears. So Trump might have this, right? And he's kind of in his like last term of his whatever. And then we elect somebody who's completely opposite of Trump, and it's like scrap it all. All that was a waste of time. So we just end up wasting a bunch of fucking time. And it's the same reason why like income tax just yo-yos. It's like you have and they both parties run on a platform of trying to serve like this small group of people on either the far left or the far right, and they tailor everything that way, and then really all of their stuff gets put in the middle and not a lot of shit gets done, you know. I that's why I'm at least like I look at this Doge stuff too, right? And it's like, oh, we're cutting this and this, and but I still don't think a lot of that shit has gotten like approved. It's like, yeah, we're bringing a lot of it to light, but like, what's actually fucking happening?
Hmm.
You know, like I hope some of it's happening, but maybe it's not. So maybe it's all fucking PR. I don't know. But yeah, I think there is a lot to be said for the national security side of things in that sense, bringing things back home, job security and all that. But it you can't just do that alone, right? You can't
Mm.
make everything. I think the net change was like they're estimating 12 to 18%, like kind of across the board for a tariff percentage increase. And but you can't just add that and not
Right.
give the people some reprieve after they just got done bitching about inflation. I mean, people are still complaining about it. So you can't just make every inflation's high, here's more of it. And like in a sense, if things get bad, the Fed will cut rates again, which should make things a little bit better. But I don't want that to happen, if
Yeah,
that makes
it
sense.
no, yes. Then like with some of the cuts, like I don't pay attention too much, but I'll hear like they'll cut this department, and in that department, that fallout will be like a club thing for like pro like LGP people and things like that, which then I feel like, oh, like you're taking this like space away from me, but I feel like you could also just create those spaces just in general too, you know what I mean?
100%. This goes back to what what does your personal belief of what the government is responsible for, right? And a lot of that shit, like I think our government's gotten way too bloated and big and too controlling. And so for me, I'd rather err on the side of like less government assistance, right? And maybe bringing it down to I've always believed the state should have more influence, right? Because it's easier to if you don't like the state's policies to like move states, whereas like it kind of would suck to have to move countries. You know, if you didn't believe in it. And some people think the opposite, which is fine. Like so I think it just comes down to your beliefs. I think keeping a lot of you knew they were going to cut stuff that probably didn't need to be cut or shouldn't have got cut like
Hmm.
when they're going through this, right?
And like it's something that being cut that like are on quotes like a good thing, but it doesn't make money through anything. You know what I mean? So like on paper with no emotion, it makes sense to cut that thing. But then you're like, oh, that's what that thing was. Like that sucks.
It sucks, but you got to think you got to your point, it's almost like with the tariffs thing, like you have to kind of switch this model. People
Hmm.
have gotten so much like I don't want my dollars to go towards a program like that per se. Like if I'd rather have that money back and then I can choose to I don't want let's say I did want to put my money towards a program like that, which a lot of people do. Like, fine. I would rather go find a local community and give them money and donate that to my local community versus like having this inefficient way of it going through my tax dollars, which goes to this government office that's managing this money, who's then in charge of all these other little like spider communities all around the entire United States, who's trying to distribute. Like, that's so inefficient. I'd rather know the person who runs it locally, talk to them, give them the money, and
Hmm.
work through it that way. And I think that's how things should go. It should be
Yeah,
more localized.
and one thing that's hard is like when someone says they're canceling and this, you feel bad arguing like, well, that's true, it sucks, but a lot of those programs and money, if you look, it's just gone. Like that's been a thing. There's literally been inefficient spending through this stuff. And if you say that, then you're on the side of I'm okay with them taking that away. It becomes this other thing.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't feel bad at all, because I'm like, that's logical thinking, is to say like this has been inefficient, and then you have the inefficiencies, but then you also have like, yeah, there's bad actors that now you're dealing with a corruption side of things too, right? People think of every nonprofit as like this beautiful organization that needs,
Mhm.
and it's like, no, all they have to do is just pay them fucking more, and now they're not making profit. That's all it is. Like, it's not a like, hey, every dollar is going to maximize what our program is. It's we just have to show no profit. And I don't have any problem saying that, because if you're so passionate about them getting rid of some of these organizations or programs or whatever, go fucking start one in your community. Go fundraise. Go put in legwork. If you're that passionate about it, that's not going to be that hard. There is plenty of wealthy people that want to do good with their money. If you believe in it and you can sell that program, what you're going to offer, what you're going to do, this is a tax write-off for wealthy people. So if you can get them to believe in you or in the program, they'll give you money. Like, but people just want to complain and bitch about it and say this isn't fair, but then they would never follow up and do anything with it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So that's a big thing too, and then yeah, that's another thing. It's like it's gotten so many people just feel like they don't have any control. So when something does happen, big or small, they can't do anything. So it's like their life is ruined,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. And it's okay to feel like if you get laid off because the economy went to shit or something happened, right? You have to look at it and be like, all right, that sucks. Wallow in it for a day or two, whatever you need to do. But then you have to look at it and be like, how do I make it so this never happens to me again? Right? I don't know. It's, it's just a mindset shift that I think reducing the reliance on the government to provide life for you and you to take charge of your own life, one, it's going to feel of a heck of a lot better when you've actually done something with your life and you're like, I did this, not I got handed this, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of need the struggle to feel like you've done something. Like, don't get me
Oh, dude.
wrong, if I won the lottery, I'd be so fucking happy. But a part of me also would be like, I didn't really earn this.
No, and you would get bored. Like that's the thing with like with rich kids. There's so much depression, or like they'll start their own business. They want to grow, but they're all always in like the shadow of you'll never be this. Or like they don't have the
Yeah.
drive, and yeah, that's not good.
Now, having a clear purpose is a huge step to overcoming any sort of like depression or self woes or anything like that. And I think a lot of people would be better off pursuing their dreams and failing a bunch of times than just running with a safe job. Like, but people are so scared to fail. and be like, well, what do I do if it doesn't work? Who fucking cares? You can always go find another job.
All right, then you need to watch V Friends. Continue.
Yeah.
It's like for real.
Yeah. It's just go take chances and find something you're passionate about. This, I probably have more stress on my plate right now than I ever have in my life. But I was in a way worse headspace when I was working for somebody else.
No, yes, I get that 100%.
Yeah. So it's weird, man. It's like
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
And last year at this point compared to this time, still was essentially making the same. But right now, there's so many like things are happening, and it's just like hope and plans. Like I can see where stuff is going to happen. Where last year it was pretty much all on defense. Like wasn't trying to make moves. Was just like can't spend. Just got to save. And now it's like got to save, but I really just got to go try to make things happen, and it's a completely different feat.
Yeah. You've been putting the pedal to the metal, dude. You've been going. It's awesome.
Mm,
Definitely
thank you.
attacking. One thought I had, this came up the other day, and I don't know why. Just came up in my head. So, like a lot of people think from a safety standpoint, like you work your job and you save as much as you can.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I've always felt like more secure being like, I'll take a more of a risk, but to try to make more money. And I really hope it doesn't bite me in the ass at some point, but like, you know, I don't know, it always feels like I'm never going to truly be, and maybe because my definition of secure, Frankie's been having digestive issues and we can't get the doctor's office. Like it's like, oh, well, it'll be 4 weeks before you can get into through the doctor. And we're like, okay, well, can you guys write us a referral to like a
Yeah.
gastroenterologist or whatever? They're like, well, we really need to see her first. I'm like, well, she's been having stomach pains for 2 or 3 weeks. We've gone to urgent care twice. Like, what we're trying all this stuff, but we kind of want like not a quick fix solution. We're looking for like, hey, this has kind of been a reoccurring problem over the years. Like, what do
Hmm.
we need to do to get it fixed? And everything's such a fucking problem. And I was like, I would love to have the money to where I could just find the best pediatric gastroenterologist in the country and be like, hey, can we fly to come see you and we'll pay you whatever. Like to
Hmm.
me, that's like the level of security and freedom. It's like I don't I don't need private jets or anything like that, but like to be able to not have to go through insurance and the proper medical channels for just getting help to feel better,
Hmm.
that would be awesome. And so I'm like, well, I'll never fucking get there working a W-2 job, saving whatever of my income and putting it in my K. And so I'd rather risk it and fail than kind of
Right.
be
Yeah.
so unsteady.
Plus, like if you risk it and fail, essentially the worst case scenario is you can go get a job somewhere, wait a year or two, then try it again.
My plan B is everybody's normal fucking life.
Yeah.
And I heard someone else say that before, like when I was early on, this was probably like 2 years ago or something. And I was like, that's so fucking true.
Yeah.
Like your worst case scenario is a little bit of a ego hit and you just go do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, dude. That's true. Yeah, my worst case scenario is I'll just keep doing this until Katrina gets promoted again. So
Yeah,
it's,
that's funny. Yeah, and but at the same point, like we've talked about this before, the approaching a W-2 job like you're running your own business like an entrepreneur will get you so much further in life than
oh,
so and Entrepreneurship's hard, man. It's not an easy gig, and it's not for everybody. So there's really no like I'll never pressure anybody to like go start your own business, do all this, and it's like if you have a passion for it, go try.
Hmm.
But if you don't, if you like where you're at, you like your job, just approach it with the same principles, and you'll be just fine. Probably
Hmm.
better off, to be honest.
Yeah. Right, yeah, like if you just end up number two, three, four somewhere and it's a huge place, I'd take that. But like if Marvel was like, hey, do you want to do our number three digital media role? I'd be like, yeah, I think so.
You do fucking number 30. Like it'd be
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah, so I'll be the number 50 guy. Like
well,
Trina's doing something for Burning Man. She's volunteering on a project to build this big Sphinx thing there.
I think I
She
saw that. That looks
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
Then she's helping with the like accountant side, but she'd already met some really cool people,
Yeah.
like some
I would
high
imagine
ups
so.
who do like the Burning Man stuff and thing.
How the fuck did she get connected with that? Is it like a
I,
local Iowa City artist or something?
no, it's how did she? I think she got an ad saying like, "Hey, Burning Man needs volunteers to help out," and she just applied and she got picked.
That's awesome. You know, sometimes I wish like I would like something like that would make me so passionate to where I'd want to volunteer my time for it.
Mhm.
Cause I think about that, I'm like, no fucking shot. Like good luck with your project, but I no.
Yeah, and 'cause she was on the fence, and I'm like, I think you should do it because the upside is not the actual project. The people you will meet could be very cool. And I looked at
100%.
this one person she's been talking to, and she's like this one older lady who's been working Burning Man for years. Then she also runs like some like like meeting places in like Oregon and stuff, and just like cool stuff. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's like,
dude.
yeah,
When you're young, man, say yes to as much as possible. Like, cause life gets busy where you're not gonna want or be able to. But I mean, getting out in the community, which is like I would be so cool just hanging out at home, not talking to a lot of people,
yep.
right? But from an opportunity standpoint, like I rarely pick the kids up at daycare. Ash does it almost every time. But yesterday I picked him up at like 4:30 and I was walking out with the kids and there was another dad in there who was picking his daughter up and I'm walking out and I've got my truck parked there with the logo on the tailgate. He's like, "What kind of engineering do you do?" I was like, "Structural." And I was like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a builder. I'm really needing like a good engineer. I keep talking to different bigger firms. Their lead times are crazy." And like, so we just started talking a little bit and gave him my business card. And it's like, that would have never happened if I didn't go pick up the kids, right? If I didn't like
Right?
and now like yes that's a, kind of an obligation is to pick up your kids but it's just an example of like going out
Mhm.
and doing things and you just randomly meet people right so her saying that it's like by way of three or four conversations now she meets somebody and you know she's into her art and maybe she knows somebody who's
Exactly.
like your art's really cool I know somebody who might be interested in like a couple of your pieces and all this kind of stuff it's like oh wow this is great.
Yeah. Yeah, that exactly. Or but I know this artist who you love. They need help with their management stuff, with
100%.
their money. Like, oh, okay, I'm in. And
Yeah.
then
And now
just
she's running her own fucking accounting firm. And
yup, for artists and shit. That's just
that would be
how
a
it happens.
super cool like niche to open up your own. Yeah, man, because there's not because I always look for like those kind of services that are I'm like, yeah, but have you worked with an engineering company? Have you well, we work with contractors and it's like it's not the same business model, right? So to have somebody who's like we're experts in accounting services for artists and creatives or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
That would be that'd be a cool idea. I'm sure there's
yeah,
companies out there that are doing it, but if you can
Well,
bring
yeah.
on. So, okay, this is another point I was thinking about. People always want to be kind of like the first into a market. Be like, I can't do
Starting
this
to get started.
because somebody else is already doing it. It's like, good. That means it's already a viable fucking business.
Yeah.
So now see what they're doing. How do you want to do it differently? How can you do it better? So on and so forth.
Yeah, yeah. Just real quick, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Five Guys, all doing just fine.
Think
All
about
sell
think about
burgers.
Robin. Okay, Robin Hood. I was just listening to my guys on the Compound and Friends. My guys isn't. They have no fucking idea who I am. They just had like the head broker guy from Robin Hood on their podcast. Think about what everybody was telling this Vlad guy, who's the CEO and owner and founder of Robin Hood. Dude, that'll never work. You can't go compete against Vanguard, BlackRock, Chase, Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade. Like the list goes on. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but they're fucking legacy companies. He's like, I want to do things different. It's the same product, basically, but he offered it in a better way. And now they're taking over like our generation as like a simple, easy to use platform. They're rolling in new services. They're rolling in like it's just you can even take something that seems impossible and do it. Now that's probably the hardest road to go, the route he did.
Uh,
But it's the same principle of like you would think like there's never going to be like a new financial company that's going to really come in like
yeah. Dude, and even if you go to the craziest ones, since we've kind of been talking about it, it's like I thought in my lifetime that there would only be one thing that would make rockets, and then
yeah.
one guy was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that too, and now there's two. Like I thought that
I thought NASA
market was cornered.
I
Nope.
thought NASA had everything. It was like no, I think there's three now, right? You've got Elon's, Richard Branson's, and Jeff Bezos. He's got
Yeah,
three
like
fucking companies.
yeah, like there's always room to do stuff, and if you're the brand is what's going to make the thing different too. Like the Dan Patrick show is different than Colin Cowherd's show, both sports. There's so many sports shows, but the difference is the personality than the style.
It's a good point, especially if you're young and starting out your business, because you want to please every single person. You do.
Hmm.
Most good hearted people don't like, they want everybody to like them, right?
Hmm.
Is one of the biggest lessons I learned was like, I could do nothing wrong and I'm just still not for somebody, right? And they're going to go a
Yeah,
different route. And if you try to make your business and you tailor it to every single person, you're going to end up not bringing in anybody,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's boring. It's just like
Right. A lot of companies talk about this with pricing. Once you get to a certain point, your pricing is going to matter. So you could either be the cheapest guy and you'll get business. You could be super high priced and you'll get business. But if you offer middle of the road, you're either leaving money on the table or nobody's really gonna like you're not standing out to anybody. It's like,
yeah, yeah,
they're all right. Now, if you offer middle of the road pricing with accelerated turnaround times, great customer service, and all that, and that's how you build your name, you can slowly start to manipulate your pricing. But if you're just kind of average, like we do what everybody else does, but we're a little bit cheaper.
I see that a lot with people who do like social media marketing specifically. They'll just look at like the stuff that you're doing, and it's all kind of the same, and a lot of it isn't that good.
No, if
But
I'm
it's
going
still
out
like
looking
decent.
for a social media marketer right now, I either want to see like, do I have a quirky style that fits with you? Now, me personally, I don't, right? So like, I kind of want what's going to be effective more so, right? I either want to pay bottom dollar because I don't have a lot of faith in what you're going to be doing, but it gets it off my plate, right? For the cheapest
Yep.
price possible. Or I will pay money, like good money, to have somebody who's fucking there. They're on top of it. They're good. Like they're communicating with me, and I don't have to worry about a damn thing. Like they're writing scripts. They're writing all of the like scheduling. They're telling me like what shots they're gonna do. Like if I have to think of your job for you and then you're just executing, I'm not gonna pay extra money for that. As a business,
Mm-mm.
I have too much on my plate. I'm looking for like Jesse, I need, you know, we can start to get familiar with brands. Obviously, you're going to have questions. I'm going to have to give you some information, but like, I want you here and just like, hey, we're coming by the office today. We want to shoot a couple shots at one of your team meetings. And then if you got site visits this week, we want to hit two or three of them. And then let us know a project list that you want us to kind of maybe go shoot some content around during the build process.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I can do that. I can put in 30 minutes to an hour and get you kind of some projects, but then you do the rest of it.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I don't need more time on my plate. So that's where like you can start to separate yourself, but so many people get caught in this like, well, I can't charge top dollar because I can't spend that much time on it. And they're just trying to bring on as many clients as possible and they rinse and repeat the same content, schedule, all that. Like I get systematizing, but like you're in a creative space that needs to be tailored towards your client specific stuff, but they're not charging bottom dollar, right? They think they're worth like it. So it's just fucking I'm ready for
Yeah.
that market to pricing to kind of level out where
Yeah.
there's more of a separator.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel that and like that's something I'm not even trying to do right now. But like I'll see some pages of like a law firm or like a established restaurant, and their stuff is so bad with like, man, like if I did just tweaked a few things, the whole thing would look better. So it's tempting to be like, I want to get back into that, but it's like, no, I'd rather do this. The car show stuff and like the drone stuff, and then offer that down the road as kind of a package within something too.
That kind of stuff, if I'm thinking about it, would be one, I think you're thinking about 100% correct, right? That's kind of a that would be your value add, right? Like,
Hmm.
hey, I'll tweak all this stuff for you. And if you like the changes that I make, like, I want to earn your business going forward on more of a consistent marketing standpoint, right? I would be more than fucking happy to have somebody come in and say, like, hey, here's some ideas on how you can improve it and have them prove their capabilities. Now
Hmm.
I'm like, that's perfect. Like, I don't want to pay you fucking 5 grand a month and just to see what you got, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I kind of just wanna. No. I'm going to do. Let's start with five. So I'm gonna do five just marketing plans just to drop off at bit businesses and just like, hey, I like your place. So I recommend trying this. Leave, and then if they call like, hey, this seems cool. We don't really have the time. Like, would you be interested? Well, and then I might be able to for this or something. But just to get it out there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I honestly, dude, I think being open and honest with them at this point in where you're at, right? As far as
Mhm.
like, I've been living in this world for years and I'm finally pulling the trigger and trying to make things happen. And I'd love to showcase what I've learned and what I can do with your guys' product. I am willing to like you don't even have to bring up pricing necessarily when you're first getting started. Now if they offer, don't fucking like yeah, throw something out there. Like have a like dollar amount or like an hourly rate is probably going to be the best way to do it. Have an estimate of like how much does this activity kind of take time wise and hourly. That way if they ask like, well, how much do you charge? Right? And you kind of have a baseline of it. And if that's their well, and you really want the work to kind of start building your resume because you don't have anything, you might be able to set, then you start cutting a deal with them and saying, look,
Hmm.
I'm just getting started. Like, this is where I'm at, but I understand, like, I want to earn your guys' business. So I'm willing to do this, this, and this. If you guys like it, then we can talk final pricing on some different stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, because I mean, I had to do that when I started doing a lot of when I was trying to get more into like the custom home engineering side of things, or even
But yeah.
even my architecture side. Like, I didn't have any projects to be like, look at what I've done. And so you're
Yeah.
trying to get somebody to spend $5,000 to $20,000 with you, and you don't have a portfolio built up. Like, that's a lot of trust that they need to have in you, that they're not just
Mhm.
going to be out their money, right? So once you have several use cases built out that you like, yeah, now you can start demanding more money, right? You've got more of a platform business, you've vetted out your processes, and somebody's going to be much more willing to give you money if you've got that. They're going to say, oh, yeah,
Oh,
he's definitely competent, knows what he's doing, not just some guy who's trying to hit a niche market and trying to take money from me, and we'll never hear from him.
yeah. Yeah, like for the car show, talk to Dan Metz, and we're gonna do like the first one with his. He had the BMW X5 M, and then he has like a 1968 Camaro. So we're
Nice.
just gonna do just the first ones of his to get something up. You know what I mean? Just to,
You've been going about it the right way. Like, hit the low hanging fruit, right? Even with the IC business stuff, like reaching out to people that you know now that have businesses that are working for other businesses, like that's the easiest way to do it. You start to build on that.
yeah. Like I met this one girl named Sam, and she does the Iowa City local hub,
Okay.
and she's been crushing it. Like we're working with a lot of companies, and she's hosting a network event at the end of the month, and I'm going to that. But it's just like already just meeting her has been just good for business and just fun too.
Do you have a proper business set up yet?
Oh, like LLC wise?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
So you got the LLC. Do you have a website?
Nope. Well, no. So I don't.
Make that a priority for you,
Yeah.
because there's other people that, like, yeah, they'll just look you up on social media. But when you're dealing with a lot more of business owners and stuff like that, they're still plugged into websites and having a landing page. It doesn't even need to be anything fancy. It could be like a website with your services, a little bit about you, and just a fucking run list of videos and interviews and just content, right? Like, that's all it could be, something simple. Because they're gonna look and they'll be like, this guy Jesse hit us up for marketing, but I don't see any of his shit anywhere. Like, I don't know anything about him, right? And so they're gonna go to your business website and they'll be like, oh, okay, so like it's a legit operating business. Like, okay, yeah, what he told us when he called or we talked to him is what's on his website. Like, this looks good. Let's
Mhm.
go with it. So I would still kind of lean that way. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but kind of
Mhm.
showcasing some of what you do would be
Yeah,
good.
yeah. That'll definitely be a move. Like I got that down. Yeah. Yeah. That's a great point. Just to have a little like info highlight landing page type thing.
And it could be, yeah, it could be a little bit about that, and then just links to your social media stuff, right?
Hmm.
What's
Yeah.
what's the business called?
I see business.
Okay, so that's the one you're running everything through. Nice,
Yep.
I like it.
Yes. Then on my TikTok, did I tell you I just unlocked live on my main page?
That was on my list to bring up to you. So you're going viral on TikTok now, huh?
I'm no,
Where
but
were those numbies at, dude? Where were the numbies at?
enough to go live, which is big. Cause that's how like you can really start to like grow in like bigger leaps. So I'm gonna start to do that. Me and Katrina are gonna go live on my account. She might be doing art sometimes, and I'll just be doing like some stuff or playing music, and then I have a link to her page.
Nice.
So yeah, lots of ideas.
I love it. Love it. So how do you get live status on TikTok?
You have to get a certain amount of likes or followers.
Is it in just like in aggregate, or is it like you need to have three
An
videos
actor,
that do
because I just hit 2,000 views, which is or likes, which is not a lot, and maybe because of something, but I just got unlocked that I can do
probably
that.
like it's probably like their way of vetting like okay, this is like a legit person who's
I
operating this account, you know?
Yeah, and because it's not tough to get, but like some people can't do it, so I'm doing something right.
Doing something right. For sure. That's awesome.
Will you tell me about the trip? You're leaving soon, huh?
We are leaving, which is why I'm in the office today working. We are leaving Monday morning, headed to San Diego. So I'm excited. I've never been to San Diego. Literally every person I've talked to has been like, San Diego's the best. It's awesome. Like, and it's all age ranges. It's like, if you have family, it's great for young kids. It's great for old kids. It's great if you're retired. It's so I'm looking forward to it. We're not sure because we're going Monday. So we'll get there like Monday midday and we're coming back Thursday night. It's not like a
Mhm.
super long trip. We want to do like all the zoo and SeaWorld and
Oh
Legoland
yeah,
and all that. But it's the kids' first trip to the beach ever. They've never been to the beach. So we're
yeah,
kind of just like, we'll play it by ear, right? Like,
yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Say just feel it out.
if everybody's just having fun playing at the beach, that's all they want to do. Like, I'm not gonna go spend a shit ton of money going to trouncing them around, and then Marshall's gonna get fucking tired halfway through. We're gonna be like, we spent $100 on your ticket, so you're staying. You know, and it's like, I don't want to do all that. So I think they would have fun doing the other stuff, but if we enjoy it, I'm sure we'll make another trip back there. So
Oh yeah.
I could see that being kind of a reoccurring place that we go back to. So it's nice. We found I think it's a kind of like a duplex. Basically, I think it's just a single story split between two units with like a shared like big main level patio or whatever. And it's right on the water. It's not on the beach. Like there's no direct beach. It's kind of like up on a cliff,
Oh yeah.
basically. But short walk. I think it's like a 3 minute walk down one of the paths to get down to one of the beach. It's like
That's
a
fine.
8 to 10 minute drive across the bay. So we're on the south side of the bay from like Mission Beach, which is like the most popular beach, I think. So yeah, it's a pretty good spot. And then
Dude,
I'm really excited to drive that Hummer. I got a Hummer EV.
yeah. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to drive one since they came out.
Dude, that's gonna be sick. I'm really excited to hear about that thing.
Dude, price wasn't bad either. I got it on Turo. It was like 600 some bucks for 4 days.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which
That's not bad.
it's not that bad. I mean, it's not a cheap rental car, but when you're trying to get, I mean, you go anywhere and you're trying to fit two car seats in, like you're probably going to be spending $100 a day at least.
Oh yeah, true.
And like what we've talked about, vehicles are kind
Yeah,
of
it's part
part
of
of the
the thing.
vacation.
Oh yeah, they are. It's gotta
So
be.
it has to be. So I'm excited about that. See how this thing drives.
Hell yeah.
I'll probably love it and want to get one.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Might have to.
I've been kind of, still trying to finalize loans for this insulation business purchase.
Hmm.
I've done part of the purchase, like buying the spray foam rig or whatever. So I've got some equity ownership, but not my full amount until I bring in the full investment.
Oh yeah.
But I just kind of get to the point of like, man, we have so much going on. Frankie's starting kindergarten, and like I can't. I need to take time to just let these businesses operate and scale. And I'm like, my next goal is like, Like I would love to be able to pay off the house like sooner rather than later. Like just make that payment gone, get rid of the debt, and try to get and keep the same lifestyle. Like we've kind of crept up. Buying the new house was fucking expensive and all this. I'm like, I just want to stabilize a little bit and start building wet wealth more. We've taken the initial steps, but it's taken a lot of debt to get there,
Yep. Yeah.
you know? And so like I have all these cars and vehicles and stuff that like I would love to purchase. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it until
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it until we get all this debt paid off. Like
Yep.
that'll kind of
Smart.
be my reward for all of that. It's like once our debt's paid off, then I'll buy a nice car.
Hell yeah.
Like a nicer car for sure.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I like it. Yeah. So we're going up to Butte today, so I'm gonna go start to pack here soon, and I'm gonna poop too, cause just drank this big latte.
Yeah, I'm on 3 cups of coffee so far this morning.
Nice. How many more hours you working?
Pretty close to a full day today.
Oh yeah, nice. Word. Cause you getting it in. That's what's up. And you were up early too. I thought that I would be up before you would.
I
So I
was
was like,
up
damn.
I was up at 4, just kind of hung around for a little bit at the house and then got in here around 5. Started working.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Hopefully get out of here. My hope is I can get some of this stuff banged out here soon and get home a little earlier. You know, if I
Nice.
work on the weekends, it's nice to kind of be able to sleep in a little bit, wake up with the kids and all of that. But then I don't get into the office till like 10. And then they're wanting me to
Mm-hmm.
come home at like 3 and I'm like, I got some stuff done, but I still like have so much more to do. So it's like I'd rather get up in here at 5, work till like noon or 1. I've gotten
And
pretty
just,
close to a full day, and then I can still have a full day with them for the most
yep.
part. So
Yeah, I feel that.
so
All right. Nice. Well, hell yeah, man.
yeah, buddy.
Should we do next Monday after the trip? Will you
Yeah,
be back on, right?
yeah, let's do that.
Awesome. That sounds good. Have fun out there.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
Thank you. All
Enjoy
right.
the
Until next time. Peace, man. I love
All right,
ya.
buddy. Love you, buddy. See ya.
Talk with you soon.
Yep.
Deuces.